Right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out. And I hope you'll find this an interesting and entertaining evening. I'm Mark Harrison, in case you hadn't previously come across us. There's an astonishing percentage of the world's population have never heard of me. And we do music that, they're all songs I wrote myself on all sorts of different topics that other people don't write songs about. Lately it's occurred to me there might be a very good reason for that, but I'm going to put that to one side. Where there's a bit of information about the song that will be of use to you, then I'll tell you that, and if there isn't, then we'll just play them. And all the songs are, I guess, in the style of the very early blues artists who played instruments like this. This guitar was made in 1934. But we are aware of the fact that blues is commercial suicide, so we prefer to be thought of as ex-members of a boy band. Bravely forging new careers. So what people who've reviewed us have often said is that we're uplifting, which is remarkable to me as I come from Coventry. And you wouldn't normally hear the word uplifting and Coventry in the same sentence. So the first song is called Tribulation Time. And this is a tribulation time. I suppose every time is more or less a tribulation time. But now you can't get away from them, can you? But we're going to tonight, and hope that for a couple of hours we can forget about all the crap that's going on just about everywhere and enjoy some music. So. Well, I feel like crying, I feel like breaking down, but I'm not gonna do that, gonna keep on moving around. I don't know where I'm going, and I don't like where I've been, and I don't wanna think about the shape I'm in. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. It's tribulation time. Well, I feel like shouting every time I look around. I wanna scream and tear that whole house down. Well, I've been a witness, but I don't know what I've seen, and I don't know if my reputation's clean. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. It's tribulation time. Like diving down into the deep, but I'm too wide awake to take that big sleep. I feel like folding, I feel like giving up, but deal me another, I might just get some luck. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. It's tribulation time. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. I'm just saying, don't pay no mind. I'm just saying, it's tribulation time. Thank you. Thank you very much. The songs are all about that long, so if there's one you don't particularly care for, there'll be another one along soon enough. The next song is called Go Nice. And I'd just like to introduce you to the two fantastic musicians I play with, who you should actually be focusing on. On double bass is Charles Benfield. And on drums and now washboard, Ben Welburn. This song's called Go Nice, which was the motto of the Reverend Gary Davis, one of the great original blues artists. He was a virtuoso guitar player, much better than I could ever be. Mostly he did ragtime, and he mostly did gospel stuff. He thought blues was the devil's music. At any rate, his wife did. So he was forbidden to do blues, apparently. If you went round to see him, he'd sit around playing gospel stuff till she went in the kitchen to make a cup of tea, and then he'd break out a blues tune. Many of us have lived like that. He was particularly known, one of his signature songs was one you almost certainly know, Candyman. That's been done by many people, but that was one of his, and that gets mentioned in the song. Like a lot of the original artists, he was rediscovered in the 1960s and had a whole new career that was pretty good. And for him, he had the extra bonus that he was also employed to give guitar lessons to aspiring young white folk singers in New York City, and apparently one of his pupils was Bob Dylan. And obviously those lessons are clear in all the virtuoso finger-picking that Bob's been doing ever since. The song's called Go Nice. Get on their feet any day. Raging storm sweeping through the sky. Whole lot of folks got everything just fine. What's to say? Go nice if you can. Go nice like the Candyman. Heartbreak, so many bad deals going down. Howling wind, tearing down the road. Whole lot of good luck when the dice are thrown in shanty town. Go nice if you can. Go nice like the Candyman. conceit, be like me. Boiling the heat around the neighborhood. Blind man singing, message understood, you can be free. Go nice if you can. Go nice like the Candyman. Go nice if you can. Go nice like the Candyman. Thank you very much. Okay, the next song is a prison song called Doing Time, and prison songs are part of the history of blues music. There are quite a few that were recorded in prisons, oddly enough. That's why they're called prison songs. And I haven't been to prison myself, but I have done a speed awareness course. And that was brutal. All those sneering retired coppers. And I still haven't completely recovered from being so belittled. Mind you, God knows how many times you must get nicked driving through the centre of Nottingham. What the fuck is this town now? It's a huge puzzle, isn't it? And when we came up last time, we knew we were potentially in a bit of trouble when we found ourselves driving directly in front of a tram on a tram line. And that did not end well. Managed to avoid them this time. Anyway, it's quite possible to feel like you're in prison, even if you're not actually in one. You can make one or two fatal errors of judgment along the way that seemed like good ideas at the time and find that you're paying a very heavy price for them for a very great deal of time. So here's the song, Doing Time, and it will be started by these two. I've been breaking up rocks in the heat. Bring the hammer down on the beat. Well, I can't remember quite what I did wrong, but it must have been bad. I've been in this place so long. Doing time, I'm doing time. Great God Almighty, and I'm doing time. Well, I jump when the captain tells me don't wanna get whooped, dead and buried. Well, I don't think I got much chance of parole, and there's no point trying to break out of this hole. Doing time, I'm doing time. Great God Almighty, and I'm doing time. that good behavior. But in here that ain't gonna save ya. I sure am paying for my big mistake. One bad choice, that's all it can take. Doing time, I'm doing time. Great God Almighty, and I'm doing time. Doing time, I'm doing time. Great God Almighty, and I'm doing time. Doing time, I'm doing time. Great God Almighty, and I'm doing time. I don't know if you, like me, have, most people have a list of their favorite songs, and I've got a few that I absolutely can't stand, and I don't really know why. I can't defend it. I can't stand You've Got a Friend. Horrible, simpering, syrupy shite. Can't fucking stand it. Also not keen on Streets of London, but then neither is Ralph McTell. No, sadly, or rather fortunately, can't. But probably my least favourite song is My Way. And My Way is a sort of anthem for the sort of bloke that goes, I have been a complete twat all my life and I'm quite proud of it because I got away with it. And I understand that My Way is the most popular song played at blokes' funerals. Jesus Christ. And I've been to a lot of funerals in my time. I used to have a big family in Coventry, so I've been to Coventry Crematorium a real lot. I got a season ticket there. I think one more and it's a corporate box. But I have a cousin who, for some reason, his thing was at Nuneaton Crematorium. And one of my family said to me, oh, you'll like it there, Mark. It's got a great big picture window. The stuff people say is still a fucking crematorium, isn't it? It's got a lovely picture window. Oh, that's all right then. You'll go for a day out, stare through the picture window. Anyway, it turned out my cousin Colin, who, to the best of my knowledge, has spent a lifetime as an insurance man, had a whole other life in Las Vegas. Apparently every year, because after the funeral, whatever you call it, wake thing, there were a lot of slides of him with showgirls in Vegas. This guy went over there every year. You got to admire him for that. And so he went through the curtains to the sound of My Way, as rendered by Frank Sinatra. So I don't know why I'm telling any of that stuff, because anyway. So this is this song's called By the Side of the Road, and this is, I guess, my version of it. This is, if you like, My Way for Prats. Many times I have been stupid. Many times I fail to see. Oh, and often I have struggled just to keep some dignity. Doesn't matter now, let the ill winds blow and take some rest by the side of the road. Many times I've been in motion when I wanted to be still. Many times I kept on going long after I had my fill. Doesn't matter now, let the ill winds blow and take some rest by the side of the road. Work to do, it must be done, come the sun. Trudged uphill. Many times I've been mistreated and confined against my will. Doesn't matter now, let the ill winds blow and take some rest by the side of the road, by the side of the road, by the side of the road. Thank you very much. I don't think I'll have that one at my funeral, though. It's too bloody miserable. The next song has a bit of a story. It's called John the Chinaman. And John the Chinaman is what the Americans called all the Chinese workers when they were constructing the Transcontinental Railroad in the 18-somethings, 1850s, I think. And two railroad companies constructed this, starting at each end. And the owner of one of the railroad companies bet his counterpart $10,000, which was a lot of money, that his workers could build 10 miles of track in one day. Something that had never been achieved. And this feat was achieved, and it completed the railroad. And it was completed by 3,000 Chinamen and 8 Irishmen. And the 8 Irishmen were in charge of the 3,000 Chinamen. It's not clear how much supervision the 3,000 Chinamen required from the 8 Irishmen, but they were there. They called him John the Chinaman because they couldn't say their names, and they kept no record of these people's names. And no Americans, as far as I know, ever spoke to them. When they completed this feat, they had a celebration parade in the town of Sacramento because of this extraordinary achievement. And this celebration parade was to honor the 8 Irishmen. No mention of the 3,000 Chinamen. It's a rare case, I suppose, in history, the Irish coming out on top, who can say, but it's a sort of thing that, of course, has always happened and continues to happen now, perhaps even more so. Because now, that wouldn't be 8 Irishmen, would it? It would be 8 layers of management. All of them getting the rewards for the efforts made by what they sneeringly refer to as operational staff or whatever. And it's perhaps possible that I don't know, what do I know about anything, that this has become even worse in the modern era, where you have so many people in charge. I'll say no more. Here's the song. It's called John Chinaman. Bossman said, wanna win my bet, it's never been done. Bossman said, I wanna win my bet, it's gonna be, it's never been done. Workers are second to none, but I don't know the name of a single one. Do 15 hours in the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. He started out with the rising sun, and one day that job was done. Laying that metal down the line, everybody moving right in time. Those men all look the same, we don't record a single name. Do 15 hours in the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. In the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. Now where you see that dirty work done, you're gonna find that Chinaman. And it keeps on getting done by people who ain't no one. Other folks, they get praised, for them there is the grand parade. Do 15 hours in the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. Do 15 hours in the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. Do 15 hours in the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. 15 hours in the sun and be no one like John the Chinaman. Thank you very much. I'm going to play a different guitar now. This is a 12-string coming up. This song is called House Full of Children. I have some, but it's not about mine. It's about how having children can stop you from doing the stuff you did before you had children. It's hardly a surprise, I wouldn't have thought. Seems to come as a shock to many, though. I had a friend who was a blues artist in Detroit called Eddie Burns, who had traveled up from the Mississippi Delta with the great John Lee Hooker. They were a team for a while. And Eddie Burns was a very good artist. He did a lot of touring and made plenty of albums. He was very, very kind to me. I was very young and I went and stayed with him in Detroit, and he looked after me. And he had a house full of children because he was on his second regime. And he'd got all the children from the first. And then he'd had a lot more children with a much younger second wife. And he was very unusual among bluesmen because he gave a toss about his children. Almost unheard of in the blues world. I'd like to have got away with it myself, but didn't dare try. So instead of doing tons and tons of gigs, he did tons and tons of jobs. So this is about him. It's called House Full of Children. I got a house full of children. I got children everywhere, all over the living room and running up down the stairs. I got some fully grown ones who think that I'm a fool. I got some little bitty ones who think that the daddy's cool. I gotta do what I got to do. I gotta work in a job or two. I got a house full of children, so I can't sing, no, I can't sing the blues. I got wife number 2, she's better than number 1. Number 1 had a long, long face, but number 1 done gone. Now all of those children, they wanted to stay with me. Now I got some more with number 2, got my own menagerie. I gotta work all the daytime through. I gotta work in the night time too. I got a house full of children, so I can't sing, no, I can't sing the blues. Well, I used to play the clubs, I used to play the bars. Could have been a contender, might even have been a star. Now I sneak out on the porch when they've all gone to bed, pick out a couple tunes and hum inside my head. They say, what is that you do? I said, I'm doing it all for you. I got a house full of children, so I can't sing, no, I can't sing the blues. I got a house full of children, so I can't sing, no, I can't sing the blues. Thank you. This next one's called Everybody Knows. And it's a bunch of stuff that everybody knows. That's about it, really. But that it would appear that all sorts of people can't accept. Which is one of the reasons why there are so many pains in the arse out there. It seems to have been an idea during the course of my lifetime that you can somehow make everything fair. You know, I'm not quite sure how that would work out in practice. Apart from anything else, what's fair for one person might not be for another. But it's like, you know, trying to make it illegal for someone to be rude to you. It's extraordinary. I mean, I could have had at least 26 people arrested on the M1 on the way up here. Overuse of the digit. Chance you're on, you ride your luck runs out sometimes, everybody knows, that's the way it goes, everybody knows, that's the way it goes, you can't fight it, you send your heart to the wrong address, make a fool of yourself, everybody knows, that's the way it goes. Everybody knows. That's the way it goes. You can't fight it. It's not fair. It's not right. Makes you curse. Makes you cry. Ain't no law you can bring gonna change anything. What you want any day someone gets in the way, bang your fist, stamp your foot, that won't do yeah any good. Well, you're happy now, feeling good, tomorrow get the blues, everybody knows. That's the way it goes. Everybody knows. That's the way it goes. You can't fight it. Everybody knows. That's the way it goes. Everybody knows. That's the way it goes. You can't fight it. You can't fight it. Next year's Eurovision Song Contest entry, do you reckon? Well, actually, you could pick any of mine. This next song's called Restless Mind, and it's for people who think for themselves. It's about, think for yourself and independent thinking, which is something that seems to have been fading into the background a lot in recent times. At any rate, if you go anywhere near social media, which I don't know how much of that you do, but any is too much. The thing is that until that came along, you know, when I grew up, everyone that you knew who was an asshole was a person that you actually knew and dealt with. You know, it could be someone at work or, you know, someone in your social circle or even in your family. Well, odds on it would be in your family, wouldn't it? But at any rate, you knew them all personally. And to that now, you have to add an enormous list of countless numbers of people who are arseholes, who you don't know personally, but are subjected to on social media. And there is an even worse third category, which is people that you know and quite like who turn out to be an arsehole when you see them on social media. The net result of all this is that social media has reduced the number of friends I have, which is presumably not the idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when I had my fortune told, that woman made my blood run cold. She said, "You're going to mess up, that's quite clear. Turn a silk purse into a real pig's ear. Oh, that's your fate, 'cause that's your Jones. You can't help it, it's in your bones. You're gonna be in a bind, and trouble's what you'll find with a restless mind." Now, when I saw what those people did, I just ran away and hid. I said, that ain't gonna happen to me, 'cause I'm on the road to liberty. But the road was closed, there was a riot going on. Curfew was coming, better be gone. You're gonna be in a bind, and trouble's what you'll find with a restless mind. You're gonna be in a bind, and trouble's what you're gonna find with a restless mind. Now, when I heard what the big shot said, I couldn't get it through my head. They thought their words all sounded fine, but they should have put them where the sun don't shine. Now, why you folks all nodding along? Can't you see that it's all wrong? You're gonna be in a bind, and trouble's what you'll find with a restless mind. You're gonna be in a bind, and trouble's what you're gonna find with a restless mind. Thank you very much. So we're coming to our last one in this set, after which there will be an interval. We've got albums here and stuff, so if you like what we're doing, please do come and buy something. The latest album's called The Road to Liberty. That song was on it. We're doing quite a few from that album. It's a double album, 21 songs, and if you buy it, then and put your address down, your email address, then I'll send you a link to download it so you can listen to it in any way you wish. So if you like what we're doing, please come and support it in that way, and you'll also enjoy it, hopefully. All our albums have fantastic artwork. They're all done by the same person, and they look great, and they all have booklets with the lyrics in. Yes, obviously. So this last one before the interval will feature these two. It's called The Biggest Fool, and it's a catalogue of little pictures from the world of relationships, which isn't something I know a great deal about. I also don't like the word. It's a very self-important word, isn't it? Relationships. It's got 4 syllables. It's too long. And in blues, no such word has ever existed. They never referred to relationships, and if they ever got in trouble with them, they simply sorted them out with firearms, not going along for 50 quid an hour's worth of counselling. But when I was young, I wasn't very good at them, and I could never understand this at all. It was like there was a whole set of rules that nobody could be asked to tell you. And I think I was sort of reasonably useful in the very, very early stages. And then somewhere along the line, I became a disappointment. And so these things would kind of peter out, and I didn't even know they'd existed before they petered out. I remember one particular favourite now to recall was a Birmingham girl called Shirl. And she lived in a part of Birmingham called Saltley, which I could have sworn matched a description in a Dickens novel. And she used to go around on the bus with a bottle of Jack Daniels in her handbag. There wasn't room for anything else. Where are those type people now? Okay. This is in the distinctive rhythm of Bo Diddley. So thanks for listening. We'll have an interval after this one. I went round there to see her. Another man's watch was by the bed. She said, "Do you want a drink?" I said, "No thanks," and shook my head. I said, "How big a fool do you think I am? And what kind of fool do you take me for?" Then I opened my eyes and I realized I was the biggest fool that you ever saw. I stood there in the doorway. She didn't want to let me in. I peered through the hallway. A man was shaving in the sink. I said, "How big a fool do you think I am? And what kind of fool do you take me for?" Then I opened my eyes and I realized I was the biggest fool that you ever saw. Charles Benfield's on double bass there. Ben Welbin on the drums. Someone not so good coming in on guitar. Last time that I saw her, I was hollering down in the street. She leaned out of the window. I heard a man I could not see. I said, how big a fool do you think I am? And what kind of fool do you take me for? Then I opened my eyes and I realized I was the biggest fool that you ever saw. Fall. Thank you. We'll see you a bit later.